Hello everyone, welcome to PassionWaterTarot. My name is Mama Do, and normally I say at this point that we're here to dance into the passion waters of your life together. But this is Missing Person Monday. So many times these readings come with a heavy energy due to the unknown whereabouts of these individuals. So let's go ahead and invite Holy Spirit, Spirit God, angels, and ancestors into this reading with love and light to provide the highest level of clarity to those receiving messages, and ask that chakras be open to allow those messages to be received with ease. So what I do is between 1 and 3 cases on Mondays, I will ask Spirit to guide us. What information can Spirit reveal to us regarding where this person is located, whether they're still with us on this earth, or have they moved on to another life, so to speak. Basically, what I'm looking for from Spirit is all the questions of who, how, what, when, and where. And I'm also asking Spirit to provide a card of advice for all those invested in the case, whether they're family, friends, somebody that might have caused harm to this individual or holding them captive. Asking Spirit to guide this person to reveal where this person is located and the events that led to this. Many times we don't find out what really led to it because the perpetrators tend to not be thinking clearly. I mean, if they were thinking clearly, why would they do things like this? It just makes no sense. But today's first case is KARLIE LAIN GUSE. She was a 16-year-old female. She was reported missing by her family on the morning of October 13th, 2018. So not quite 3 years ago. That's a long time to be missing. She was last seen by her family in her home in White Mountain Estates area of, and I may mispronounce this, if I do, please correct me in the comments, Chalfont Valley in Mono County, California, just before daylight. Sometime during the early morning, KARLIE left the family residence while likely wearing gray sweatpants or jeans, a white t-shirt, and a pair of Van shoes. She did not take any of her personal belongings. She left her cell phone at home. So many missing people. The cell phone is left behind. It's been reported that she was last witnessed walking south about 30 yards east of Highway 6 and 100 yards south of Sierra View Road on the morning of October 13, 2018. But a thorough search of the area and subsequent investigation has been unsuccessful in locating KARLIE, and she has not been in contact with family or friends since she went missing. The FBI is involved, and they continue to seek information along with Mono County Sheriff's Office and helps with locating KARLIE. Now, what's the backstory? Well, there is a backstory. See, the night before, KARLIE had went to a party. She told her stepmom she did not need to be picked up. She was okay. She was cool. She's good. You know, like a teenager, right? I'm going to ride with somebody else. I don't need my stepmom picking me up from a party. But it was later reported that KARLIE sent a message, or actually, I believe called the first time and said, "Hey, I've changed my mind. Please come get me." And then seemed very desperate and sent several more messages of, "Where are you? Aren't you coming to get me? I'm walking now." And whenever the stepmom got to the party, she could not locate KARLIE. But as she looked around and searched for her, she noticed a light walking away down the road. And it was actually the flashlight on a cell phone. And she went down there and it was KARLIE, so she got her in the car. But KARLIE was acting very scared. Very unusual for KARLIE's behavior. KARLIE was a light-hearted young lady who cared greatly for her family. I should say she still is. We don't, as far as we know, she's off living her best life. We're going to have spirit about that. But it goes on and on and on. They get her home and she's still worried. She thinks that she's having thoughts that she's going to be harmed. She's even scared of her phone. And it takes a lot of comforting by her dad and her stepmom to get her to relax, to lay down. And this is when the story gets a little bit bumpy. Why do these stories always have to get bumpy? They always put one person in a bad light. But normally the stepmom gets up about 5:30, 5:45 in the morning and starts getting the house ready for the day, as far as getting the other children up and getting everybody ready for school. On this particular morning, the first story the stepmom gives is that she got up and KARLIE was there. And as she was taking care of everything, KARLIE disappeared. Then the story changed. I told you it gets bumpy. Why does it have to get bumpy? Why can't you tell the truth from Jump Street? So the stepmom says she didn't actually get up and start waking everybody up and getting them together for the day. She actually rolled over and went back to sleep, but when she had first woke up, she saw KARLIE laying there beside her in the bed. Yes, KARLIE was in the master bedroom, laying beside the stepmom. I don't find that disturbing, because whenever my children and stepchildren were young, I woke up many mornings, I should say afternoons because I work nights a lot, to finding 2 or 3 kids laying in the bed with me. And these were, 10 to 15-year-old kids. But they had come in to be with me because they wanted me to get up and spend time with them. They felt that I had slept enough. That, and I had a habit of getting headaches if I slept too long. So they were actually helping me, and I appreciate that. But back to this bumpy story. Now stepmom says She woke up, looked over, saw KARLIE. KARLIE was awake, but still acting unusual. But rather than have another confrontation with KARLIE, she rolled over and went back to sleep and slept till about 7:30. And when she woke up, KARLIE was gone and has never been seen or heard from again. Now I want to look up something real quick. Let's take a moment. You know I do that from time to time. Alright, so, of course the biological mother is uncomfortable with the story that the dad and the stepmother are giving. Because the dad is saying he was there the whole time. And that everything was copacetic. Yes, KARLIE was scared. She had admitted to smoking some weed, thinking it may be laced with something. Of course, there's a lot of people that'll tell you smoking weed doesn't normally cause that level of paranoia, where you're in tears and you're scared even of your phone. Okay? Inside the house, by the way, just a little bit more on the backstory, there's 2 younger brothers, alright? And KARLIE's parents, biological parents, had gotten a divorce when she was just a toddler. And then she decided to live with her father. Because her mother was moving out of state, she didn't want to go to Nevada. And KARLIE's biological mother and her, she said that they had a really amazing mother-daughter relationship. Alright, let's see here. I'm trying to see, did the stepmom pass lie detector tests? I'm trying to see if I can find a link on that real quick. As you know, a lot of people believe that the dad and stepmom know exactly what happened to her, know exactly where she's at, and that very well could be true. There's many things that it could be. Maybe it wasn't weed she smoked the night before, but usually whatever it is, by the next morning, the effects would have worn off. Okay. So there has been, regarding the interviews with the stepmom, there has been people that have, professionals who have analyzed the stepmom's interviews and say that she is, and by the way, the stepmom's name is Melissa, and they say that she is showing signs of lying. You know, they've been on Dr. Phil a couple times. And I can't stress enough how the biological mother questions the account of what happened. Many people are having the theory that KARLIE never made it outside of that house alive. But there's 2 witnesses for the next morning of seeing KARLIE walking away. One person said, I know her. That's Kenneth Dutton. He lived around the corner. He said, I saw her. I know her. The younger brothers were only 9 and 10. Just as an FYI. But she was very frantic from whatever happened at that party, according to the father and the stepmother. That something triggered her. Well, let's find out what's really going on. Let's ask Spirit to guide us. Let's ask Spirit the hard questions. The ones that everyone perceives that we're not getting answered correctly, but those who were with KARLIE. Okay? Now, before we get started, I do want to say 2 things. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for being supportive of this channel. Remember, I will never, ever accept or request monetary compensation regarding the readings for missing persons or criminal cases. If you do want to request a private reading, email me. It's listed below. But that private reading, that private reading is on your personal life, all right? Sorry I put my hand up there. I wanted to move the camera just a little bit. My grandson was helping me yesterday and moved my camera. I just realized we bumped it is what we did. So, please take the time to hit the thumbs up, share, leave a comment. Let me know if it resonates. Hey, if it don't, that's cool. It just wasn't in the cards today for your message, okay? Alright, so let's ask Spirit about KARLIE. Let's see what Spirit wants to reveal regarding KARLIE Gooseman. Goose. Goose, yeah, Goose, G-U-S-E, who went missing the morning of October 13th, 2018. Thank you for all messages forthcoming. What say ye? Okay. We have a lot on the table already about this situation. Spirit wants the truth to come forward. Things have absolutely been done that have not been revealed. That's the moon card. The card of Pisces, I do not know the birth dates of the father, the stepmother, the mother, or even the 2 brothers. I don't normally look those up because I know Spirit is going to reveal as much information as possible to us. The Knight of Swords. Somebody's ready to speak up and tell the truth. And KARLIE wants the truth revealed. This is KARLIE's energy coming to me. Things were done that were hidden. Things were done under the cloak of darkness, under the moon, and she wants the truth revealed. She wants her story told. The King of Swords. KARLIE stands by her truth. Somebody overpowered her. Somebody felt they were above her. Somebody wanted KARLIE to give up her power to them. Submit to them. The Six of Pentacles. They felt that it would bring a balance to take away KARLIE's power. That it was such as a just desert. That they were entitled. That it was a reward to them to take away KARLIE's power. Who are they, Spirit? Who are they? The Seven of Wands. Somebody who saw themselves very separated from KARLIE. That they felt they always had to fight KARLIE for her respect, for her gratitude, for her appreciation. They were damned and sure that they were going to break her, overpower her. It was this battle of very malicious intent. Very malicious. Three of Pentacles. Really, Spirit? Really? It was somebody very near and dear to KARLIE. Somebody she was connected to. Not just in this lifetime, but in other lifetimes. But this person had an exaggerated personality. They felt they were more important than other people. And they wanted to dethrone KARLIE. The Queen of Swords in reverse. They wanted to dethrone her. They wanted to take her off of her high and mighty pedestal. The sweet age of 16. The invincible age. You're going to do what I tell you to, when I tell you to, how I tell you to, and where I tell you to. This person wanted to desperately be in control of KARLIE. And that's what it was. It was a control issue problem. But there's justice coming. I see this case going to court soon. I see a person being arrested soon. I see Pandora's box finally being unlocked. And the horrific truth being revealed of what occurred. Now let's ask Spirit, because I want more details about this person. I mean, I see KARLIE here, and I'm so grateful KARLIE came to the reading. I see her energy of saying things happened under the cloak of darkness. And that she wants the truth to be revealed. She wants to speak. On top of justice, the Eight of Pentacles fell out. That's a lot of effort, a lot of work. That's the FBI and the Mono County Sheriff's Department put in a lot of effort and a lot of work to bring a conclusion to this case. So spirit guide, angels, and ancestors, can you tell us who is this person that wanted to control KARLIE? Is it the stepmother, the father, or is it somebody else in her life? It was somebody who wanted to control her. This is control issues. This is the Four of Pentacles. They did not want KARLIE to be her best KARLIE. They didn't want her to be happy and free. To be an invincible 16-year-old. The Two of Wands in reverse. They didn't want her to be without them. They wanted her at all cost. They wanted the power over her at all cost. It was an end-all be-all situation. Once again, at all cost. This is the Three of Wands. It's in reverse over the King of Swords. The person made a decision to jump on that boat, so to speak. Their back is turned because they don't want you to see them. They don't want to be recognized as this monster who would take advantage of this young girl. If I remember correctly, KARLIE only weighed like 100 pounds. She wouldn't have been very difficult to overpower. It wasn't like you were wrestling a sumo wrestler here, okay? This person could very well be a Leo, an Aries, or a Sagittarius. This is the King of Wands. And they see themselves as somebody in authority. And that they have a very volatile, excuse me, I couldn't get that word out because they're trying to hide it. They don't want others to know that they have a volatile temper that's kept behind closed doors. That secret will be revealed as well, Spirit says. They have a very volatile temper. They just want it hidden. They want everyone's perception of them to be something different. We have the King of Swords out here again over the Seven of Wands. KARLIE never gave up. KARLIE fought to the bitter end to protect herself. From this monster. Three of Pentacles is clarified by the Ace of Cups. Whoa. Whew. Whoever this near and dear energy is, there's actually no love loss. It was a control issue situation, not truly a love situation. It gives an energy of, I'll feed you breakfast. I'll give you a slice of bacon, a biscuit, and an egg. But don't ask for any of these other extras. because I'm only giving you what looks right. Looks. Perceptions. The Queen of Swords in reverse is clarified by the King of Pentacles in reverse. Could be an earth sign. Most particularly a Capricorn or somebody with strong Capricorn in their chart. They are not as stable as they want others to believe they are. There is a lot of trust issues here. The others around them that truly know this monster know they can't trust them. That they're very likely to explode at any moment. So they walk on eggshells. And upside down, that's what all these colors look like. As I glance down at them, eggshells. Everybody's having to walk on eggshells not to upset this person. And being in reverse, it can absolutely be a female, but it can also be a male. But just what they want you to perceive that they're gentle. So it could be male or female here. Alright, I need to get some more answers, Spirit. Is KARLIE still with us? Did KARLIE walk out of her home and start walking up the highway just before daylight? The Lovers in reverse. There was a lot of jealousy and animosity. The Eight of Pentacles in reverse. They were done. They were over it. They were not going to put in any more effort. There had to be a change right then. This is their mind telling them this. The Wheel of Fortune. They felt this was the right thing to do to get things going back the way they wanted them to. Because KARLIE had become an obstacle that they no longer wanted to be delayed by. And the Seven of Swords. There's a lot of lying, cheating, stealing, deceit, and deception going on. People are not telling the truth of what occurred. They are not revealing what they know. Who is this spirit? Who is this monster? Please reveal to us who hurt KARLIE. Spirit says justice is coming. That's double confirmation for justice. The FBI and the Mono County Sheriff's Department are on the right track. They know who it is. They're building up the evidence. It would be very helpful if they could find KARLIE. Whether it's KARLIE alive and have ran away, or KARLIE deceased. Strength in reverse. This person overtook KARLIE. KARLIE saw it coming, is what Spirit is telling me. Just as this female sees the lion with the mouth open, KARLIE saw it coming. She knew what was about to happen to her. But she did not know how to escape it, or how to defend herself from what was about to occur. Is KARLIE deceased, Spirit? Was KARLIE murdered? October the 12th or 13th. Ignoring love offers. KARLIE stood her ground during this confrontation. She stood up for what she believed in. She didn't take their cup of offer because it was tainted. It was sour. It was not in her best interest. It was full of lying, cheating, stealing, deceit, and deception. Once again, Spirit, is KARLIE deceased? Was she murdered? October 12th or 13th of 2018. We have two cards. We have the King of Cups in reverse. And we have the Nine of Swords. Yes, KARLIE was murdered. Murdered. She did not commit suicide. Somebody took the love from her heart. They took the love from her energy. They wanted to remove her from the equation. And it was a horrendous event. KARLIE was stabbed multiple times or dismembered later. This is very tragic. We always hope that the missing person is alive and well. But Spirit Guide, angels, and ancestors, did this happen within the confines of her home, on her home property? Please clarify the King of Cups in reverse and the Nine of Swords regarding the demise of KARLIE GUSE. Thank you for all messages forthcoming. The Eight of Swords, she was trapped. She was held captive. She wasn't allowed to leave. She didn't know what to do. The Two of Swords, she fought. She defended herself. She tried so desperately to live, to survive. Was there more than one person who attacked KARLIE? Or, I was going to ask the second question, but Spirit answered the first one. The Sun in reverse. Really? Notice fire sign card. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius mainly points to Leo. Somebody wanted their way. She was a speed bump to them. They were tired of encountering this speed bump. They were tired that she wouldn't cooperate with them. How dare her want to live her life? Right now, the reading is not telling me it's her parent, her father, and stepmother. We know it's not her biological mother. God bless that woman. But it could still be a known friend, classmate. We're still looking for those answers. And of course we're at 40 minutes now, but I never limit the time on these readings so that we can get the answers. The Knight of Wands, this was an in and out energy. She didn't even know this person well. Not who they really were. She knew who they wanted her to believe they were. Really. They were hiding with a false mask. Literally. They were giving perceptions to KARLIE that they were one person when they were really another person. That they had a different personality and a different motivation. Yeah. They wanted to be the ramrod. They wanted to be seen as the end-all, be-all. That they were all powerful, all knowing. This wolf is invincible. And this person wanted KARLIE to know they were invincible. And that it was either going to be their way or the highway. Take your choice. It's pretty much what they told KARLIE that morning. Let's clarify the Knight of Wands and the Strength card regarding this person. This monster. Is this somebody that KARLIE knows as family or friend? Somebody in their community. This is not, Spirit is saying, this is not her stepmom and her dad, as so many people want to point the finger in that direction. It sounds like they were way less than perfect, okay? But this was somebody who tried to worm, and I'm using the word worm, themselves into KARLIE's good graces. But it was all deception. Yeah. The Lovers in reverse. This was not one of KARLIE's soulmates. This was not somebody very near and dear to her in all of reality. This was a predator. But this was somebody she knew. But they were wearing a false mask. And they were worming themselves into her world in order to gain control of her. So they could take advantage of her. They're such a weak-minded person. Yes, monster, I just called you weak-minded. Because guess what? You damn sure are. Whenever your only way to satisfaction is controlling another, there's nothing weaker. There's nothing weaker. Now, has this person been interviewed by the police, the sheriff's department, or the FBI, or any other investigative bodies? The Four of Pentacles, they know who he is. He's been arrested before. He has a history. And I'm saying he because that's what Spirit told me. He has a history. This is the Four of Pentacles, okay? This is holding on. This is being handcuffed. Yeah. They know who he is. He has a history. It would be very blessed to find KARLIE's remains, or to be able to locate the site where he harmed her, so that they can get further evidence, so that they can prosecute this person. The Ace of Cups in the upright. That's self-love. That's a lot of self-love. There are so many investigative bodies. I say investigative bodies. Detectives. Police officers. That have taken this case true to heart. And want to find KARLIE and bring her justice. KARLIE did walk out of the house. Was she led out of the house by a text message? Don't know. Something about the code on her phone. Parents can't get into it, I'm told. That's just wild. But then again, I don't know my grandchildren's codes on their phone. They know mine. Of course they do. That's how they get to my credit card numbers, right? But these people want justice. They want to arrest this person. They want to bring closure to this case. What? Please clarify the Four of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups for this reading, Spirit. The Ace of Wands, yeah. This person has changed a lot since this occurrence. They are more solitary in the last 3 years. They don't go out and do as much. Because they don't want to be visible because they're a coward. A coward. Yes, I just called you a coward. Do you see all the happiness from the family, the friends, all those invested? That'll be what happens whenever the investigative bodies are able to bring closure to KARLIE and bring justice. This person is hiding in plain sight, by the way. They have slightly invested themselves into this case, but not much. Because they're scared. They're running scared like a coward. They harmed KARLIE. And now they don't want to face up and pay the piper. So what's the most likely outcome of this reading? The Emperor, really? The Emperor is a fire sign card. So once again, we're pointing towards fire signs. Somebody who is a Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or has fire strong in their chart. Funny, my dog started barking at that point. We're not sure why. She's in a grandson's bedroom. But anyway, let's go on. But they're going to be dethroned. They're so uncomfortable right now. Every day they wake up wondering, is today the day that my world collapses and I get arrested? Is today the day that the world knows what I did? This person will be dethroned. They will get knocked off their damn pedestal. There will be justice brought to KARLIE and to her case. Yeah. That person is just waiting for the next shoe to drop. And to be honest, so are the detectives. The detectives are waiting for that one piece of information to bring justice to KARLIE. You may be the bearer of that information. If you have any contact with KARLIE or somebody you suspect has this personality that Spirit has shown us in this reading, please notify the FBI. Please notify the Mono County Sheriff's Department. You know somebody that went underground and just really doesn't act like their selves anymore for 3 years. Somebody who acts like they're about to fall into a volcano. Because that's what it's like for this person. Every morning they wake up wondering, is their world going to open up and they're going to fall into that volcano? Where they will spend the rest of their life confined in a cell. Now, for KARLIE, for her family, for her friends, for the investigators. Let's ask Spirit to provide a Romance Angel Oracle card to focus on for this reading. KARLIE wants you all. How beautiful. To love yourself first. Don't ever give up your power to nobody. KARLIE loved herself. She was a high-spirited young lady. And I say was because Spirit is telling me that this person took her life. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Don't give up your power. Always love yourself first. That helps you to teach others how to love you too. So let's ask Holy Spirit, Spirit Guide, Angels, and Ancestors to please provide from KARLIE and Spirit an Archangel Oracle card for her family, her friends, the investigators, and all others invested in this reading. Yeah, it's a brilliant idea. If you know something, speak up. Now's the time to speak up to help bring justice to KARLIE and for her family. Archangel Uriel, yes, your ideal is divinely guided. And this is for the investigators too. Yes, do what you're thinking of. What is your next plan? Move on it. Move on it is going to help break the case open. Please take action to bring your ideal to fruition. That's amazing that Spirit and KARLIE are speaking to everyone. If you have an idea of how to break this case open, speak up. Yours may be that little tip that opens that volcano. Now, once again, from KARLIE and from Spirit, I'm asking Holy Spirit, Spirit Guide, Angels, and Ancestors to provide family, friends, detectives, and all those invested in this reading a card of advice. But you got two. For some of you, this is a person that you're not expecting, because they've always worn a mask. Before the event, you didn't really know who they were, how volatile they were, what their volatile motives were towards KARLIE. And since the event, they've gone even further underground. So there's a twist in the tale, the unexpected, a change you did not see coming. And that's a very sad thing. Changes in your age, a divorce, a marriage. Did somebody get divorced in the last 3 years? Did they get married in the last 3 years? Or as it's known in the magical tradition, a hand fasting. Surgery? Do they claim they had an accident? Or simply growing older all changes your appearances? That's one thing you need to look at this person. They've had a drastic change in their appearance. That's because of where they are mentally. They are so starved emotionally because they're afraid to get close to anybody, that that person will know what they have done, that they are literally isolated. A child you did not know of, a person you were related to but never met. The double life of a friend. The double life of a friend. Somebody you knew things weren't quite kosher with before. The true story of your birth. Whatever the source of the unexpected for you at this time, these sweet things, the elf and her twin, the ferret, will help you through this twist in the tale of your life. They're ready to assist with coming to terms with your soul's journey at this point in time. No matter what this purpose, I felt a vibration. It was my cell phone. No matter what this surprise may be, you will be guided through it, and it will be in the end a great blessing. I haven't mentioned this, and I need to. This is a neighbor. And I say a neighbor, they live in a pretty rural area. So your neighbors can be a mile away, even 2 miles, because of the tracts of acreage. But this was somebody from their general area. It's very, very local. And it was just by chance that they saw KARLIE that morning. Just by chance that they knew to be on that route. Spirit's giving me that question. No, because this person was stalking for a victim. They were stalking for a victim. And along came, oh gosh, KARLIE says, I'm not a victim. And I guess that's the first time I've used that term in this reading. But it's Little Red Riding Hood. And at the bottom it says, I am not a victim. So KARLIE wants you to know that even though this person overpowered her, she held on to her power. She did not surrender. Once you were mistreated, it is true. Once you retreated, that is also true, but no more. Yeah. So KARLIE wants us to know that she's okay. She's safe. This person can no longer harm her, bring her any discomfort, pain, or distress. The card often speaks to a person who has been treated with great injustice. But now you are strong and you are not the sum total of that bad experience. KARLIE does not want to be remembered for this bad experience. She wants to be remembered for being KARLIE. Thank the gift the hunter has given you. It is now time to mend fences, borderlines, take defense classes, and be sure your entry points to your home are strong and secure. Because this person is somebody you're not necessarily going to suspect, they could harm somebody else. And that does worry KARLIE. She wants you to protect yourself and make sure that your homes are secure. And that you are always watching out for yourself and staying in safety areas. Also about mending fences, and look near fences for evidence. Of what could be construed as an area that somebody normally feeds animals. And I'm talking about setting out seed for deer and things like that. Where somebody might set out old pieces of material and thread for birds to make nests out of. if there's somebody close to you that has a history, may still feed wild animals, see about searching that property, especially near the fence lines. On an energetic level, take responsibility. KARLIE is sending you positive energies and taking responsibility for wanting to encourage you to live your best life. Do not allow people re-entry once they have violated a sacred threshold. You know somebody's done you wrong? You pay attention to those true colors. You don't have to change them for them. That's their colors, not yours to change. You're the person who must maintain, protect, secure, and readjust your boundaries. Not everybody you think is after you is looking to harm you. But not everybody patting your back is your friend. Some are looking for a soft spot to place a knife. No other is responsible. Take a stand, because it's now a time to be firm and decisive. No backing down. For those of you who have an idea of who this is, those of you who have information that can break this case open, you detectives that have a plan, now is the time to act. Now is the time to be firm and decisive. Don't back down now. You've almost reached the finish line. Someone stands with you. Yes, Spirit stands with you, and KARLIE stands with you. You do not face this alone. For KARLIE to send us so many messages in this reading, that really changed the energy on the reading, which was very heavy at first because of the information coming forth, coming to light. But KARLIE is an amazing spirit. She's an amazing energy. And she was very loved, is still very loved by her friends, her family. And she is a guardian angel for you all, to guide you and support you until you meet again. I send my love and light to everyone invested in this case, this missing person case for KARLIE, and to bring justice to KARLIE and her family. I was really suspected. Doggone it. Doggone it. I thought for certain this would be the stepmom. I really did, or the dad. I mean, from everything I've read, I spent time yesterday on YouTube watching videos, researching things on the internet. I was like, oh yeah, this is going to be stepmom and dad. Spirit's going to talk on it. No. But please, I have one more bit of information, because it's the third time Spirit has put this in my, I say my crawl space, in my brain. And the other two I have passed on saying anything about it. This person very well could be a teacher or some type of a mentor. And that was one of the ways that they were able to worm themselves into KARLIE's good graces. But she didn't buy it. She was uncomfortable with this person. This was not somebody KARLIE was truly comfortable with. I also don't have anything here that says that that person was at the party the night before. But that's not to say that they weren't stalking the party. Okay? So, thank you all for being here. You're hella amazing, hella beautiful, and I'm hella grateful. So, I'll see you all soon with your next reading. Namaste.